All right, Sean Patel, FightHype.com, joined here with the undisputed, former undisputed middleweight, fighting for the undisputed middleweight to do it again, undisputed super welterweight, unified super middleweight, two-time gold medalist, the GWOAT, ladies and gentlemen. All hail the GWOAT, Claressa Shields. Claressa, what's going on? September 10th, O2 Arena, arguably the biggest fight of your career. What's going on?
Camp has been going great. Sparring has been going great. I feel really good. Happy that the fight is finally here.
You know, not just boxing, but there's been a lot going on. You got engaged. You got a street named after you. You're on Wall Street. You know, how it looks like you're living your best life. How's that?
I'm living my best life training. Yeah, for sure. I made sure that even though I have all these big things going on, like I just make time to train still. So I've just been training, but all these great things have just been aligned, and I've just been showing up for them.
But boxing is what brings you the most joy. Is that what
you're saying?
Right.
Of course.
You know, on to the fight. Savannah Marshall's been training with the Furies. She's kind of had that loosey-goose, relaxed punching style, hands at her waist. Is that just no good against a really fast, sharp fighter like yourself, that style?
No good. I can guarantee you I can make her put her hands up. Guaranteed. She gonna have her hands up, tight guard. I don't know if she's even capable of putting her elbows in, but she's not gonna have that same style against me for sure.
Is that what we call handcuffing a fighter? When you force them to just put the hands up and they're not doing the things they normally like to do? And
I'm gonna make her very uncomfortable.
Yeah, now you said getting out of the ring from your last fight, she's too little, but Claressa on paper, she's the bigger woman, she's the bigger puncher. What do you make of that on paper?
I mean, are we really looking at paper, or are we going off what she says? Because up on paper, you can say she's 12-0 with 10 knockouts, but look at the girls who she knocked out. Now, that's where we have to go look at other paperwork. People don't want to do their homework, but if you're knocking out girls who 4-25, 3-50, whatever their records, I mean, girls with losing records, girls who haven't got inside the ring in 3 years. People said that Femke was her biggest knockout because Femke record was something, with 3 losses or something like that. But it's like Femke, since me and her fought, she fought 2 times and also underwent shoulder surgery. So what kind of, is that really a challenge? You know, like, are you supposed to knock those people out? So I accept her knockouts, but like I've told everybody, like, I don't respect them. And if you're looking at on paper, I'm the better fighter. I'm the more skilled fighter. I'm the more accomplished fighter. Now, if you want to say she's the bigger fighter as far as in size, I think we can agree there because she was fighting at 175. She skipped 168, didn't get no titles there, came to 160. Fought for my belt that I had to vacate to become undisputed twice at 154. But if she wasn't so if she wasn't so scary, I didn't have to vacate that belt. We could have fought for all the belts then, but she didn't want to fight me then because I could have fought her right after I fought against Marie-Eve DeCare.
What do you remember though about that amateur fight from over a decade ago now? Or about
I remember everything about it. I remember everything about it. I remember how I definitely let my hands go in the first round, how I chased her all over the round, second round, you know, how I hit her with hard body shots, hard head shots. I remember how much she held me, you know, and I also remember how the judges wasn't counting any of my punches that were landing, and how the ref was just biased. The ref was biased inside the ring. She when I watched the footage, the ref just kept her eyes on me, was telling me not to make noises when I punched, kept breaking up the action. I mean, it was weird. Like if I go, she was jumping in to tell me to stop making noise in my mouth. Like out of all my fights, 77 fights in the amateur, 78, I had never been told to not make noise. Like, what? Are you telling me not to breathe?
Well, you to hold your breath while you're throwing your punches? Like,
yeah, it was weird, but she did that to me 3-4 times in the fight. But what I remember also too, like I said, Marshall doing a whole lot of holding, a whole lot of running, and she got hit with big shots that I know hurt her, that I seen hurt her. So, you know, all this that, no, she walked me down and she beat me up. That's a myth. I don't know what. No way. If that's the truth, tell her to post the fight. Tell her to post it because she's lying. But see, I have the whole fight in like 3D HD where you can see this. It's here. Like this is a cameraman is like on the side of the ring, keeping his eye locked on both of us. And this is another thing too. If she beat me up so bad in the amateurs, how come the fight is nowhere on the internet to be found?
Because I would post it. If I beat a Claressa Shields, I'd show everyone in their
what? Brag about it all day. Like, look, yeah, y'all know she did this, but look at how I did it. But she cannot say that about our fight. But she says she did this and did that. But I've never known them to take the fight off the internet and just hide an amateur fight. That's different.
No, I'd clip
I'm like
again
on a
for my
different
best
level
punch.
of like, I'm on a different level of like famousness now when they're taking my videos off of the internet and hiding. Like that's different.
What about that coming into play again though, Claressa? You're going in the enemy's backyard, you know, things like that, judging and this is the pros, this ain't the amateurs where, you know, but still.
This is the pros. I think I believe that we'll have fair judging, a fair ref, and I don't think any foul play will go into it, you know. The fans and the crowd gonna do whatever that they do, but I'm not worried about that.
You know, you said when you guys fought, she was the one backing up and on her bike and clinching. And,
yeah.
But, you know, you've talked about getting a knockout in this fight. Do you feel like if she really means it, if she's really coming to get a knockout and to exchange with you, that you can hurt her and knock her out? She's going to get caught with something big.
Absolutely, because she underestimates my power, which I don't know, like they all do, right? And then when I go on there and I get the cracking on these girls, everybody like, wow, she was running the whole fight. Wow, Claressa beat the shit out of her. Wow, the ref didn't stop the fight. Wow, she got beat 10 rounds to 0. And it's like, I can't help it if these girls are just tough as hell and they're taking an ass whooping and they only got to take it for 2 minutes and then they get a minute rest. It's like, I'm a calculated fighter, so it's not my job to go out there and just be wild trying to get the knockout. But it's hard to be, it's easy to be super active, but it's very hard to be calculated with only 2 minutes. So I've been making sure that, you know, that I use the 2 minutes wisely, and I've been learning how to break my opponents down and stuff better. So I believe that if she do come in there with all the mistakes that she's had in her previous fights, that she will get caught and that she will go down. And really, I don't know how tough she is either. You know, like she talks like she got a whole bunch of heart, but the thing is, her heart had to be built up by Peter Fury. My heart always been there. That's the difference. I didn't need for no coach to show me how to knock people out to make me be confident about my boxing. And she gives all that credit to him saying like, oh, since Peter Fury showed me this and showed me that and added to my punching power, whatever. Whatever. But I've always had her. I've always been the one who can overcome adversity, and she hasn't.
You know how we have the saying here in America, country strong. She does look, whatever they call that over there in Britain, she looks their equivalent of country strong. Do you think so, Claressa? That, or you got?
I think she's a bigger girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I'm also a big girl too. I'm not as big as her, for sure. I think that when we faced off in London, you know, to announce the fight, I was 178 pounds. She was 190 solid, you know, because I can guess weight just from looking. And she was 190. So that's what I did look to account. I'm like, oh, you know, either she just not been training and just very, very overweight right now. But she is a bigger girl and she's a little bit taller than me, not a lot. But I look forward to the challenge. It doesn't matter whether she's big and strong as they say or whatever. Like, I don't think that matters to me. And I'm going to show her that, like that. The bigger they are, the harder that they fall. And she's definitely going to be the one falling in there.
When she said at the presser, I'm going to outbox you, then hurt you. But when she said, I'm going to outbox you, is that delusional?
No, because she's taller, right? But I just like how it went from, oh, Claressa Shields wouldn't last two rounds, let alone 2 minutes with me. And now it changed to, I'm going to outbox you and I'm going to hurt you. What happened to you knocking me out? That's where she gave it away at. Oh, that's what you plan on doing. Oh, you're going to stick and move and live in your fairy tale world and saying that I don't know how to fight against tall fighters and that my feet be glued to the floor. All this crap when it's like, I got angles, skills, IQ, a great double, triple, and quadruple jab. Like, what are you talking about? But she lives in her own mind, and that's why she's been in the same place for so long. But she got a team that's delusional with her. If they think that Savannah Marshall is strong enough to knock me out, they're wrong. And if their game plan is to come out there and beat me up, she's wrong. It's gonna be a tough fight for her, and I just can't wait to actually be in there and experiencing, to actually be in and doing it, because the trash talk don't mean nothing to me. It don't mean nothing to me, but I know what I'm prepared to do. I know what I'm capable of. And this isn't my first, rodeo. I'll be undisputed strangely for the 3rd time, even though I'm only fighting for 1 belt, but they're dubbing this fight as undisputed because I have 4 belts at 160 and she got 1 belt. Mm-hmm. That was really mine, which is like confusing to me. It's like, I don't get it. Like, I had to vacate it in order to be undisputed at 154, but I never lost it. So it's weird. So it's like,
it all works out because you get to be 2-time undisputed middleweight. It all works out. Yeah,
but it's just like, it's hard enough to be undisputed 2 times in 2 different weight classes. But now when you say 3-time undisputed, it's like, damn, that's a lot. I don't know, that's a lot.
Absolutely.